You do life coaching.
Yes, right.
What is life coaching?
Actually, so there are different levels to life coaching. Life coaching at its most basic level is sorting out your life. And we're talking schedules, organizational things, help that way. But there are different levels where you can get to deep coaching as well, which is dealing with emotions and becoming and transforming into a different person who has a different view on the world. So there are different levels to life coaching.
So it could be like literally I want to organize my house and I need strategy.
Yeah.
Versus I'm having problems from my childhood. I need help to get over this issue with my mom or my dad or whatever is going on. Okay.
To become a better person.
So now let's say you're someone who just doesn't feel comfortable sitting down having a session with someone. Do you have any tips or any ideas of how someone could self-coach themselves?
Okay, so the one thing about self-coaching, which I do a lot of, is having the courage to sit down with an uncomfortable feeling and not do anything about it. So a lot of people might self-medicate. A lot of people might distract themselves with TV, music, going out, doing there's a whole host of things people can do to distract themselves from not feeling good. But if there's a difficult feeling that you know that you need to overcome or you really want to put some thought into and you're aware of it, to sit down with it and ask yourself, what is the purpose of this feeling for me? What does it mean to sit there with this uncomfortable feeling like you've got ants crawling on your skin, or you just want to run and hide, or you just want to smoke something, or you just want to drink something, or you just want to go and switch the TV on or shout at somebody or whatever it is, and you don't. You sit there and you let it fester. And for me personally, I have my computer there and I will ask myself, what is the meaning of this feeling? What is it that I'm feeling right now? And it will take some time. Sometimes I have to process for a long time. And it takes just sitting there and writing, and I will write the dialogue that's going on in my head. I will write it down, like journaling. A lot of people like journaling. That's a good way of processing as well.
Okay, so journaling is a good one.
Yeah, and my way of journaling is not handwriting, but doing it on the computer. And so I will just ask myself and get deeper and deeper into what is the meaning of this. So I'll write, I'm feeling this way. This means that, what does this say about me? This says that I am da-da-da-da. What does this mean about other people? Other people think that I da-da-da-da-da. And you're going through all
these layers.
These different layers about this particular emotion that you might be feeling. And then at some point, you will hit that underlying, limiting, negative belief. And you'll have that aha moment, which is the thing that underpins that perspective that produces that bad emotion or that bad feeling. And you'll be like, for me, let me give an example. I am not worth anything unless I am producing. Right? This is a common one. It's not just one that I hold. A lot of people have that one. But you know what? To get to that point might take 20 or 30 minutes of just asking, what's the purpose of this feeling? What's the purpose of this emotion?
I'm getting shivers when you talk about it, because I think we all have these layers of subconscious programming.
Right. When you're sitting with this emotion, thinking about, right? So you're processing and writing it down. And then when you finally read it, it might not all make sense, but you can see your thought process getting deeper and deeper and deeper until you get to that nugget. And you're like, well, now I know what to do, because if, for example, me, if my only worth is when I'm producing, then I'm going to challenge myself to not produce for 24 hours, for 3 days,
No, that sounds painful if your habit was someone of needing to produce.
Yes, to feel worthy of whatever it is, love or respect or whatever.
How many layers are there to even one simple thought about yourself of like, I'm not good enough?
Yeah.
And where that originated. I mean, for a lot of people, maybe it's mom and dad.
Yeah.
or a teacher that said something to you, or a friend, or maybe you created a story in your own head about it.
Well, usually these negative self-beliefs are come about because of repeated situations that you give meaning to when you're a child.
Yeah.
So it's not just one thing,
Yeah.
but it's like something that happened at school, something that happened at home, something that happened with a friend. And as a child, you experience it in a certain way and you draw a particular meaning until you get to an age where you kind of go, well, all of those things make sense because I filtered them that way. So now that means that I am of no worth if I'm not producing. So now I'm just going to be super, super busy. Right?
And I think there's a lot of people that are super, super busy.
But there is so much value in just being
Ooh.
and learning how to just be.
I journal. I try to journal every day. I've been a little bit lazy lately. I've never journaled in the way that you said about writing down a feeling I have and then literally going through how do I think people look at me for that, and how
does the world look at me? How does the world change what I'm doing or affect what I'm doing? How does the world see me? And then how do I see me? What does this mean about me?
Yeah.
How deep does the rabbit hole go?
How does it make you feel when you help somebody have an aha moment?
Very satisfying for me. Yeah, I feel like I have really been of worth.
It's a loving place.
It's
that
a
you
loving
feel
place.
in your heart.
Yes, it really is. Like I feel like, because this is the thing. It's a team effort.
Yeah.
It's not me teaching. They have to want to go that deep.
Like the discipline of wanting to change needs to be there.
But I also think it's important to note that once the understanding is there, there has to be action that backs up the understanding. Because you can always logically understand something or learn something, but then to translate that into action and to do something different in your everyday life or in the way you handle yourself, relationships, communication, you need to be able to find a way to do it differently. You are the own god of your own life. Right? So I cannot tell you what's going to work for you. We can brainstorm some stuff, but I can't tell you what's going to work for you to improve how you feel about yourself. Only you know, all right, I'm going to challenge myself to da-da-da-da-da. Like when I meet somebody, I'm going to look them in the eye and shake their hand and smile.
If you're afraid to make eye contact.
Right, that is a concrete difference that you can make if you're always the person who has hunched shoulders and kind of doesn't look at somebody. It really is about what works for you.
All right, well, I want to thank you for being on the show, and these are stressful times right now, and wash your hands. 20 seconds. But I guess don't stress would be the key. I would say you want to keep your energy vibrating on a high frequency. And believe that you're a healthy person. Because your mind has the power to heal or hurt you. I do believe that. See you tomorrow. That was an amazing interview.